Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, this is probably another one of these sort of Rav build-up videos, except it's not really building much, it's more replacing faulty things. One of those being my absolutely trash dual battery controller, voltage sensitive relay thing, whatever you want to call it. So I've gone back to super cheap. Not to get the same one, because that thing's just absolute trash. Instead, I've opted for the Ridge Ryder version of it. So this one here has a ton more features. Same 140 amp charge, different cut-in voltage. Cuts out, sorry, at 12.8, the other one cuts out at 12.5. So this one will leave your main battery a bit more charged. Cuts in at 13.3. Now the other one cuts in at anything over 12.5 it cuts in at. So this will do the same job, but it's way better quality, and this is the thing I really like. It's got a switch on the front of it here, and that is absolutely awesome. I'll explain why. So let's just say I were to drain my start battery. All I'd have to do is pop the bonnet and flick this switch. As soon as I flick that switch, my secondary battery then becomes effectively my main battery. But when you flick that to on, that's when it'll obviously get you out of a bit of a situation if you run your main battery flat. Now I've got an AC Delco 690 crank amp battery as my main battery. So I've never ever had a problem with the main battery going flat at all, even leaving my headlights on and interior lights on and while playing music up at the mountains. Never ever had a problem. Car still starts first key turn, but you always got to be prepared for anything really. So if the unthinkable happens and my main battery goes dead, well, all I have to do is pop the bonnet, flick a switch, secondary battery tunes in as the first one, and space travel as possible. So yeah, not really much else to say about that. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get into replacing the old one with the new one. Alright, so now I have to remove the grounding wire here, which is attached down there, and I've also got to undo both of these. Now it's very important not to let these touch, as that one is live and that one goes to the rear battery, so no sparks. So take them off, and might put a bit of plastic or something around them just to keep them from arcing, and should be right. Alright, so that doesn't exactly look very neat, but Ziploc bags are actually quite handy for that, so. Alright, well, that is that completely gone. So usually I don't read the instructions. Right, now here we, oh yep. Okay, sweet. So we've got screws to fit it, a plate, and then we've got our grounding wire. So this one doesn't actually come with a terminal on it. God, stupid coily thing. It doesn't actually come with a terminal on it, so I'm going to have to go put one on myself. So yeah, I went and found one of these for the grounding wire. So this will go just nicely under that 10mm bolt. So I'll go install this on the grounding wire, and then we'll get to putting those power leads on. Alright, so Alright, let's try not to do that again. There. Grab this. Cool, well, as you can see there, that's a little bit how that goes. Now the only thing left to do is to put that back with the grounding strap is down there, get the plate fixed onto the lid of my fuse box, and then we should almost be done. So that screws onto the back of this, and then we must be able to screw the other bit onto the battery, not the battery, the fuse box. About right there, I think should be money. Probably just going to use these screws. They're not self-tapping, but this is only soft plastic. That's all done and dusted now, so you can hear that click over. All the wires are good, not snagged on anything, done up nice and tight. Probably chuck a zip tie back around those to keep them from walking off. Now, the only test is to start the car and see if the rear battery starts charging. Alright, so just before we do this, my battery is at, so the rear battery is at 12.7. The starter battery is at 12.6. So if I chuck this neutral, alright, so the back battery still isn't going. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot the cut-in for this one is 13.3 volts, so there we go. Rear battery is charging, which is nice, so 13.9 across the board. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Awesome. The isolator is on still, probably because my main battery is still above 13.3. Oh, look at that, isn't that handy? They actually include it on the front there, so you can see when it's meant to cut in and out. That is awesome. That is very handy. So if I switch it over there, cool. That is so cool. Alright, well, I think that's about it for that job. Well guys, this is probably a relatively short video. So yeah, not a massively long video. Just thought I'd video replacing the dodgy old one. So, as you can see here, the heat from the engine bay has just sort of cooked it. And because it's started to lift up. I'm not sure you can see that. Yeah, it started to lift up, and this is the problem with this. The sticker is the waterproofing, so I'm assuming some moisture has probably gotten in there. Sort of impossible to tell considering it's cast. The circuit board's cast in with silicon. Without chopping the top off, I don't know. It's not worth my time. Got other stuff to do. Especially because I've got a Genoa Hills trip coming up, so the Rav's getting full service. Bolt check, all the fun stuff. I'm actually about to service the gearbox just after I finish recording this because finally found a 24mm spanner. It only cost me 16 bucks for one spanner. Toyota. Anyway, yeah, that's all for this episode. Again, don't know if this will or won't go up. Might just put it up just because. But yeah, thought I'd just take everyone along for the ride on every little single thing I do on this Rav, as who knows, maybe it might help someone. At the least it might keep a few people entertained. Certainly keeps me busy, which these days is good. So anyway, yeah, good job. See you guys in the next one.